Danny, manic week for you, Nicky, and the players. How's the preparations gone since you've managed to get back from Salford?
Yeah, it's been a great week, busy week for sure. 2 away games on 2 difficult pitches. Obviously a long travel on Tuesday. We're lucky enough Robbie allowed us to go up on the Monday, which was great preparation for us. It made it a lot easier in terms of preparing for the Salford game. Had a late night on Tuesday night. I think we got back here about 5 o'clock. So it was, it was good. The boys had some recovery yesterday. Had an opportunity to watch the game back and take some learning from Tuesday, and then turn our attention to what will be a really tough game against a very good Stockport team come Saturday.
And it's a Stockport team that most people look at and think, yeah, they'll go up automatically. They've had a bit of a dip, but do you still see the challenges that they bring us as a team?
Yeah, I think so. I think probably champions elect. I look at them as a group. I look at their players, and I think they've got players that are above the level. I think they've got so much depth in terms of their playing squad, and obviously a really good manager in David Challoner. So a lot to respect. But for us, it's at home. We love playing at home, and nobody comes to our ground and gets an easy ride.
And do you have to change much when it's at home, different to away, or is it just like the same thing, but you just know the atmosphere is going to be more in our favour and we can use that sometimes?
Yeah, well, I think our away support in these last 2 games has just been incredible. You know, maybe 1,000 people at the Sutton game, and then somewhere near 400 on Tuesday night. I thought it was brilliant. You know, the way that they stayed with the players, the energy that they brought the group was so good. And it was nice to spend a little bit of time with them at the end of both games and just to thank them for their support. But yeah, of course, at home just means that we have more supporters, which is great. I think for us, our principles stay the same. We always want to be a front foot, aggressive team. We want to try to dominate the ball in the attacking half. And we love the players to think forward, to play forward, and to run forward. So yeah, for us, regardless of whether we're home and away, we want to control the game and try to dominate the ball. So I don't think that changes. But no, we love playing at home, and after 2 away games, it'd be great to get back there.
And this is obviously the 3rd game in a week. You know, do you have to kind of adapt maybe your formation or your players or your personnel of the players that have played the 2 whole games on tough pitches, or is it just a case of we've got a whole week after this, just go at it Saturday?
I think for us, you know, we're respectful that obviously Stockport have had the clean week and the clear week and maybe a full week of preparation. For us, it's been different. But we love playing football, so you know we really enjoyed the game on Saturday against Sutton. We enjoyed it against Salford on Tuesday, and you know, to finish the week playing against one of the best teams in the division, I just think is a great challenge. I think it'll be a fantastic measure of how far we've come as a team. I think when we arrived, maybe the team had lost 9 out of 10 games and maybe 17 across the season. We're now only 1 loss in 8, so I think that shows a level of consistency. I think we've been much more competitive, and I think we've been in every game. And bar maybe some avoidable mistakes that have led to goals, I think we probably would have found more wins. Certainly, statistically, that's what the numbers suggest. But no, we're in a good place. I think the performances have been consistently good. We just probably in games want to play for longer. And have more dominance in across the 90 minutes rather than playing just in parts of games. So that I think is the challenge moving forward. Like I said, we have a lot of respect for Stockport, but we have a lot of belief in ourselves, and we're really looking forward playing one of the best teams in the division and trying to show everyone how far we've come.
Yeah, and we spoke briefly after the game on Tuesday night about how influential and effective the finishes were that came off the bench, and now it could be a headache for you. Well, now we're 2 days past that, and you've had to think more about the Stockport game. Has that headache heightened?
Well, I think it's always good. You always want a group of players where they're all putting their hand up, and you know, we were really pleased with the impact that the finishers had in the game on Tuesday night. I thought they all come on and had a real influence on the team's performance. And credit to the group really, because you know we went into Tuesday night's game without any wingers, which meant that we had to change the system. I thought the players were adapted really well and really agile in being able to do that. In game, we changed the system again. We're trying to chase the game after conceding just before half time, and again the players adapted really well. You know, the numbers are the numbers for me in terms of formations. It's more about our principles, and they never change. But yeah, we're hopeful on Saturday that maybe we'll get a winger or two back, which would be really good. We had some really positive news on Connor Wilkinson, which was great because we feared the worst with Connor, but his scan come back clean and he's trained today, and so is Jaden and Aurora Edwards. So this is positive, and of course, yeah, like you alluded to, you know, the likes of Matt Jay and Bradley and Manny, and of course Arthur Reid, who, you know, we would have loved to have started with Arthur on Tuesday, but probably just wasn't physically possible for him, having just come back from injury. So yeah, some decisions to make, and this is ultimately what you want as a manager.
Yeah, and just finally, they sometimes get forgotten in the rigours of league football, but the lads more longer term injury like Samson and Fikra, how are they getting on?
Yeah, they don't get forgotten by us because they're a really important part, sort of members of our group. And yeah, Kel's been a great week for his family, obviously with his brother, keeping a clean sheet and winning the Carabao Cup. I was just so delighted for him. He a couple of weeks ago he shared his story with the rest of the group. It was really emotional, actually. Amazing story. He spoke about his childhood and his upbringing back in Ireland, and yeah, going to his dad's school, and after school playing with his younger brother and obviously his older brothers. He told a story about his young brother and how he was the youngest and he got put in goal, and he got to about 12 and they couldn't decide if they weren't very good at shooting or he was just really good in goal, and obviously it's proved that he's a fantastic goalkeeper. And yeah, I know that Kells was able to go to Wembley to watch that game, and just a brilliant moment for him and his family, and yeah, he's making good progress, which is really positive. We're really hopeful. He's back on the grass, but we're really hopeful that he's going to be with the group sooner rather than later, and hopefully be able to have an influence on the team in the back end of our season. And the same with Samson. Samson, I think, was due back. I'm just looking at my planner as I talk to you. Was due back on the 2nd of April to training, but then would probably need maybe 10 days on the grass. But it's gone so well that we've been able to accelerate that. So the plan now is for him to be back training with the group at the back end of March. So hopefully he may be available come the Tranmere game, which would be a real boost to everyone, because we know, you know, how important he is, and particularly Samson and his profile of player. I think it really suits our game idea. So. Yeah, really looking forward to both of those boys being back and around the group.